Dr. Derek Huddleston, Advanced Chiropractic and Performance. Today, let's talk about kettlebell swings. The reason I love kettlebell swings is they will break your spirit without breaking your body. Someone like me, lots of surgeries, 5 on my right knee alone. You got to be able to do something that can impact your body physically, but not break it down. Let's talk about the most crucial components. Feet and toes, the movement, which is, it's a hip hinge movement, not a squat movement. We'll talk about bracing, how to brace, and then what to do with the shoulders and the lats, okay? So first things first is you want a stance that's wide enough so the handle can get through, okay? Oftentimes you'll hear CrossFitters and people say in the gym, spread the floor. Meaning this right here. So I want to grip my toes into the floor and I want to create torque using my glutes. The motion itself is a hip hinge motion. So I want to accept the weight this way. Many people will do this kind of semi-squat, semi-hip hinge. The way it should look is I'm using my glutes and my hamstrings to decelerate the weight. So I'm here. Okay? That's the hip hinge motion. I'll see this weird, I don't even know if I can do it, but like this semi-squat thing. And oftentimes when that happens, people bend their low back at the bottom. It'll really, really mess up their low back. So for bracing and breathing, take a moment to actually visualize this. This is what I've built my practice upon. Bracing. In your mind's eye, visualize that you're urinating. You have to tighten the urinary sphincter. Now go back to number 2, the anal sphincter. You'll feel those 2 sphincters contract and lift. That's engaging the pelvic floor. When we say spread the floor, what we're talking about is this mechanism right here where we grip and create torque into the floor. We know we're doing it correctly because the knees go towards the pinky toes and the pelvis gently tucks. Okay? So 1, 2, 3 is the glutes, 4 is here. Okay? So at all times, I should be at some point very contracted or mildly contracted. Where people break down right here is they don't stay contracted and their lower back starts to do this. Okay? So as I'm accepting the weight, I use the air in my stomach and the tension in my glutes and my pelvic floor to generate this it compresses, and then I use all of the muscle contraction, I use the compression in my belly to spring back up. So it looks like this. I use that compression, I breathe out on the way up, and then I take a quick breath in. So I'll exaggerate my breath so you can see it, hear it. So when I'm down here, I'm using that compression and the muscle tension to bear down, kind of like a spring, and then boink. Last thing is the shoulders. We'll say bend the bar. That's the difference between a loose lat and a tight lat here. Bend the bar. The lats actually start down here. They go out to the shoulders and then they come up to the back of the head. So what we're doing with 1, 2, 3, 4 is we're protecting the lower spine and we're generating force. What we're doing by locking the lats is protecting the shoulders and the upper spine. So I'm going to keep my shoulders here and I'm going to keep my neck in line. So I'll focus on something about 6 feet away. Now I'm going to do ideal form, okay? Barely using my lats to get it up, and I'm barely using my lats to decelerate it. That's why this is such a useful exercise. It is going to challenge you It works your whole body, but when done correctly, it's not going to injure you. That's the key though. When done correctly. When you have questions, DM us on Instagram. Reach out here, okay?